is up, everybody? My name is Advance, and this is Advanced Sports Talk. So, we are once again covering HBCUs. So, I forgot to do a follow-up video with Deion Sanders and Coach Prime in his move from Jackson State to Colorado. But, you know, there's also another former NFL player in the HBCU news as well. And that's my man, Ed Reed, who was, till recently was the head coach of BCU. What happened, you might add? All right, we about to get into that in a second. But first, let's give a little brief recap of the scrutiny or what's going on with Coach Prime. So,
never once did I say they're gonna put a tombstone with my name on it at Jackson State, so I wasn't gonna die. Y'all know that. Everything I said I would do, I did.
He did.
Everything I said I wanted to happen, I tried my darnest to make it happen.
He did.
We've exceeded, I think, expectations in some realm.
Came out of pocket,
but
too.
When I don't fit into someone else's plan and purpose, now there's ridicule. But you forgot about my plan and God's purpose. That's where the dysfunction comes. I reached a point where I said to myself, we're going to go out there and recruit another great class, and we were, and TC will. And we're going to win again.
Yep.
So at what point do we keep dominating that you don't get mad at us for dominating? Because it's a level of dominance where you start to turn. And
see, that's what we was talking about in the podcast about how the other teams in the HBCU conferences and the SWAC and the MEAC conferences, you know, was mad because they so used to the status quo, and Deion came in there and fucked shit up.
I felt that. We start to get tension from our own people because you're dominant. And you start saying, well, that's Prime. He can recruit that. We ain't got that. We don't have this. We heard it last night.
That's the same thing that I also said. We are our worst critics and our hardest detractors. You know, so, yeah.
4 and 5 stars. Yeah, because we recruit those and they sign. But it comes a time that that's not what it's all about for me. I'm a winner. I've always won. I'm going to win.
Yep. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
Do it. And I reached a point where I had a real conversation with the Lord. Now, it's funny how you believe the Lord when he said to come here, but you don't believe me when I tell you the Lord may tell me to do otherwise. It's like my God is talking to you about me. I don't think he works like that.
Yeah, and see, and Prime is catching a lot of flack, you know, for leaving because they're like, yeah, well, you leaving, but you leaving the you leaving the HBCU to go to a white school, you know, so that prompted a lot of scrutiny from everybody, a lot of pro-blacks, a lot of fake woke, and yeah, they, you know, and yeah, he's caught a lot of flack, especially from, namely, Umar Johnson.
The reason I'm so personally disappointed in Deion is I thought he was there for a movement, not for money. Meaning, Deion Sanders, the coach of Jackson State, I foresaw a situation where Deion would hire other coaches, other retired black NFL greats to coach other HBCUs. In doing so, you attract our top tier high school athletes to come to HBCU.
Maybe.
Stay with me.
Eddie George at Tennessee State.
Stay with me. Football and back. You know, like I know, if you got top tier NFL greats coaching HBCUs, the athletes are coming just like they was coming for Deion.
Yeah, he's not lying. But see, he did all of that. But see, the thing is that the thing with Deion was that like Jackson was doing him dirty, point blank. But we're gonna get into that.
He showed you,
That's
Charlamagne.
Deion, though.
He showed
Dr.
you.
Umar.
And his other one's just
Deion's
as
one of the
great.
most famous people ever.
And his other one's just as great. So listen.
Eddie George at Tennessee State.
That's one person. We talking about a system, not an individual. So, Deion and these other coaches bring all these athletes from high school to play football, basketball, so forth. The revenue of the HBCU goes up, Envy. As a result of the revenue going up, Charlamagne, the schools got more money. They don't have to subject themselves to closure. They don't have to subject themselves to being dependent on white money. You got HBCUs at risk of being closed. I read something that said almost a half of them. A half may not survive the decade. So this was bigger than football. This was about the survival of the HBCU.
It's bigger than Deion,
especially
though, Dr. Umar.
no,
Yes,
no,
it is. I think
no.
we-
Stop trying to.
You're blaming
stop
an individual.
Trying to, stop trying to give
you're-
celebrities a pass,
no,
Charlamagne.
But no, you're blaming an individual
I'm not
instead of talking
blaming
about
him.
the issue.
I'm blaming black men for not being men.
But you know what?
I'm blaming us
Listen.
for not being men. That was an unmanly move.
Can you admit one thing?
Deion could have went down in history,
Are
brother.
HBCUs chronically underfunded?
Of course.
Were they chronically underfunded before Deion?
Yes.
Yes.
Will they be chronically underfunded after Deion?
Yes.
Absolutely.
What are those reasons that they're chronically underfunded?
We don't.
President Trump actually set them up with funding. He set them up to, I think, he set them up for like the next 20 years, I think. He set it up in a way to where it's like they don't have to keep coming back to the White House asking for money. So he signed them a permanent deal for permanent funding. Where has that money gone?
Because we as black men have not come together to create the funding source to make sure they survive. I don't want to hear about the government. We have too many wealthy blacks. Y'all interview them every
listen,
day.
I'm with you. So you got low alumni donors,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Low endowments.
Correct.
That's a us problem.
He part of us. Why you keep exhibiting celebrities?
But he's one
They're not
person.
better than us.
He's one person.
Okay, but the point is that one man could have been a catalyst for a movement that would have revolutionized the survival of HBCUs.
But why does the movement stop just because he left? HBCUs gonna
You're
still be here.
missing the point.
No,
The
HBCUs gonna
abolition
still be
wasn't
here.
just about.
And see, I like Umar when he's right, but on this, he was loud and wrong for no. Because see, Deion didn't just leave because of the money. He left because they was doing him dirty. And there's no way around that. This is the reason why he left. This is the evidence that I was talking about when I said they did him dirty.
So if I'm saying, how we gonna be on TV? You don't even sell out a darn home game. So who gonna go want to film an empty stadium? They may not like it, but I ain't lying. How can we have 60,000 people in a darn stadium? You talking about we sold out, and I checked the receipts and we done sold 28,000 tickets. Now y'all better find out who's stealing, because that affects my pocket. You may not like it, but I ain't lying.
Now, the thing about that whole deal was that Jackson State holds 60,000 people. Deion was told that if they sold 30,000 tickets, he was due to get a percentage of those proceeds. He was due to get a percentage of those ticket sales. And every game, just about every game, they just kept falling short. Like the example that he just gave now was 28,000. So he's like, yeah, how the hell do we sell out but we still fall short? You trying to screw me out of my money. Then on top of that, they not protecting his shit. They still they allow people to go into the locker room, and they done stole his credit cards, his phone, his watches, all that stuff. Deion Deion top tier, so he got stuff. So that brings us to Ed Reed, because in the wake of Deion leaving HBCU, a couple weeks ago, Ed Reed got hired as the head coach for BCU. So, once again, proving that this is a pattern and not an exception. Because when you look at at all the stuff that Deion had to do for Jackson State, he had to come out of pocket. He had to upgrade facilities, because they didn't even have a locker room or a shower room or anything. They was washing in the pool, So here we go. This is This was a clip from Ed Reed's live.
You saw the front of the building.
Terrible.
This the back of the building. They working on the front of the building. This the same people said, we gonna help you build what you want. How I'm gonna believe you, man?
So yeah, so Ed Reed
How
is doing
Didn't I
a.
tell you I don't trust nobody?
He's walking around the
I'm coming
walking
over
around the
giving
school.
them the same passion and they smiling and laughing in my thing. Funny?
So basically, what ended up happening was it was a case where apparently, like, there was trash all over the fucking campus, and like basically Ed Reed had to clean it, him and his I guess this is his assistant or whatever was cleaning it up, and you know they was just talking about how trash the building looked, how trash the facilities look, and he, like, they didn't even clean out his office. He had to clean out his own office before he got there. You know, like, I mean, when he got there, like, so yeah, like, this is ridiculous. So after he was you know, of course, after he was named the head coach, he comes in, I guess this is like his first week, and he's going through the whole campus, and yeah, he's just astonished, and like, hey, he took the Instagram live and he let everybody know how he felt. So
We gonna ride through the fence they ain't fixed the fence. We about to ride through this fence. This ain't even football side. This ain't even the football side. And y'all talking about Madden at my Uncle Prime. Y'all mad at Dion, mad at Prime. This shit is every HBCU. Bro, we riding
He
through
said
the
it.
fence.
bro, look,
This is track, bro. This is track. This is what they practice on. It's a straightaway. This is intramural field. You can't practice on this. These kids got this to work with. Trash. Yeah, I'm showing it. At this point, I gotta show this. I'm not even the head coach. Congratulations.
Well, not
Man,
yet.
I should go my ass home.
he
I
cleared
said
it
I
up.
should. I ain't. It ain't happening.
But yeah, man, like cause they doing them.
Cause of that
doing
lady
them grease.
right there. Cause of her right there.
Coach Kane.
Miss Mary, you see her with the cane? Coach Kane. That's what you call me. Coach Kane is who I am.
So yeah, so Ed Reed was telling it like it is. Like, and if you've seen him play, if you've seen him like with the Ravens, everything, you know he ain't gonna hesitate. He is not gonna hesitate to tell you how he feel. And like I didn't play the rest of the part of the video, but yeah, he was like, yo, he was pointing out the buildings. He said, yo, that building right there got trash in it. Yeah, so like it's trash all over the place, and it's sad because you look at it and, you know, and you're like, this is an HBCU. Like, how is this possible? You know, but nah. So how did this situation end up? Basically, they called Ed Reed through before the podium, and they said, all right, look, we didn't like how you how you made us look on the Instagram live. So he went on and held a press conference, and he apologized for cursing. He apologized for cursing. He didn't apologize for a damn thing that he said because it was true. Like what do you want to do? He's there to coach football. He's there to coach football. Where's your groundskeepers? Where's your custodians? And see, and this is the whole problem with the HBCU system. It's like we look at it and we're like, all right, well, yeah, it's supposed to be us. And people like Umar Johnson and I forgot who else it was, a dude with the bow tie on TikTok or whatever, said that Deion is a sellout because he left the HBCU to go to a high school. Even though he's pretty much turning out the culture there, bringing in more black students that don't get recruited to that program, flipping high school committees, So yeah, like you say, all right, he's supposed to stay there for the culture, to help the culture. The culture the one that's screwing him over. Like, yeah, so what is it supposed to be like? All right, hey, Deion Sanders, yeah, man, I know, like, they was taking money out of your pocket, they was screwing you out of your bonuses. I know that people broke into your locker room and stole all your shit. But hey, man, just take it, man, because it's the image, it's the perception of the matter. Like no, like no, not at all. But see, once again, like I said, when dealing with our own, we are our own biggest detractors. We are our own biggest, our harshest critics, and our own obstacles. It's a crab in a bucket mentality, like it's like the HBCU, like I said earlier in this video, Donald Trump set them up with permanent funding. Where is the money going? To all these pro-black folks, all these woke folks. All right, to people that's saying, all right, hey, just getting mad at how these people are exposing the HBCU system. All right, where's your smoke for the HBCUs for not holding themselves to a higher standard? Where's the smoke for the HBCUs for not holding themselves to a higher standard? To not showing the the standard, that they're not setting the standard for black employment. So like, yeah, if anything, like where's the money? Where's the smoke for them, for the money? Yeah, you want to get mad. Hold on, you want to get mad at this guy for leaving, but you're not going to jump on Jackson State for taking money out of his pocket. Like, come on now. Keep the same energy across the board. Like, I don't understand how you can sit here and listen to somebody say, hey, this person is doing me greasy. And y'all get mad at him for leaving. That shit was damn near a hostile working environment. But in any case, even after they made Ed Reed apologize for cursing, because he didn't apologize for what he said because it was true. They just said that he wasn't gonna that they weren't gonna honor his contract. So basically, they fired him before he started, and this led to the students holding a protest, and because they trying to get Ed Reed back in there, because they know that Ed Reed, being who he is going to bring some top tier recruits there, and they going to start winning just like how Deion did with Jackson State. But with all that being said, man, it's just a whole bunch of foolishness with with these HBCUs, and it's sad, and it's making black scholars, black athletes, black people as a whole look bad, because then it looks like we don't know how to run our own shit. And it's crazy because we've had more than enough examples to prove that when we were in charge of our own shit, we was thriving, we was prospering. This HBCU system should have took off a while ago. Deion gave you 3 years to get y'all shit together, and y'all are just happy with the status quo. But that's the question that I have for everybody else. Where's the smoke for the HBCUs? Like, you can't just, all right, so now we have two examples, right? Once can be a coincidence. Twice is a pattern. I mean, when Deion came into Jackson State, the facilities there was so out of whack. He had to come out of pocket. He had to put a lot of his own money into that, into that program. They didn't have a locker room. They didn't have showers. Ed Reed gets to BCU. He's got to clean out his own office. He's walking around inspecting. He hadn't even made it to the football side of the field yet. And there's trash all over the place. There was a whole building that he pointed out in his video full of trash. Now, that might be an exaggeration, but fact of the matter is, where's your custodians? You're a HBCU, university, college, whatever. You're supposed to have a high esteem, you're supposed to have a high esteem and a high standard of how you want to project yourself, So, and it's like, it just makes everything look bad, because when people see trash all over the place, they're like, yeah, that's how you respect yourself. That's what you see for yourself. But in any case, that's just I just wanted to talk about this. I know it's a little bit all over the place, but yeah, now we got two examples of HBCUs doing their head coaches, their former NFL player head coaches dirty. What do you think? Do you think something fishy is going on? Post your comments down below. Let me know. We're gonna chop it up in the comment section. My name's Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on everything. I'm out.